Right now, Google just dropped something that could change how you do SEO forever. It's called Opal and it's free. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how this brand new tool lets you build SEO apps, keyword research tools, and content systems without writing a single line of code, just plain English. Type what you want, get a working tool. That's it. You can see here some of the results that we're getting with AI SEO on this website. I mean, we were getting like a measly 6 clicks a day back in September. Now we're flying, we're off, and you can see here we're getting anywhere between like 130, 160 clicks a day, etc. from SEO. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this and how you can build your own SEO tools to automate this using a new free AI SEO tool from Google. And today, basically, I'm going to show you how it works, the best way to use it for your business, and why combining this with Google AI Studio creates the most powerful SEO setup ever seen. If you're tired of paying for expensive tools, if you feel like you're always behind on the latest AI stuff, if you want a simple way to automate the boring parts of SEO, stay right here. This is going to blow your mind, my friends. We're going to get straight into this by going to Google Opal. This is available at opal.google. And you can get access to it completely for free and then start building your own tools. So you see here, for example, we can even automate, for example, videos. We could automate video scripts. We can automate podcast guest research. We can also create like posts for videos as well, scripts and that sort of thing. But the main thing that we're going to be focusing on today is the SEO content and AI, right? So for example, here, what you can see is kind of similar to NA10 if you've ever used that before, but essentially you can build these workflows in plain English, type exactly what you want, and then have like a full-blown mini app designed for SEO right here. And it's really, really simple and easy to use. I'm going to also show you some ways to use Google's own search data to pull in the API for this as well. But let me tell you about what happened to me this week. You know, I was sitting at my desk, looking at my to-do list, keyword research, review clients, content briefs, topic ideas, the same stuff I've done 1,000 times, the stuff that eats up hours. And I used to think there are only two ways to handle this: do it all myself or hire someone else to do it for me, right? And both are either going to cost you something precious, which is time or your resources. And then I found Google Opal, and I basically typed in one sentence: build an app that takes a topic and gives me SEO keywords. So build an app and type a topic and give me SEO content, right? 3 seconds later, I have a working tool, not a demo, a real thing I can actually use. So for example, if we go to this app over here, we're going to click in the app section. This again is a free tool. If we type in what we want to rank for, let's say, for example, SEO training Japan, we'll plug that in. We're going to type in the keyword. So I'm just going to keep it basic and simple. We'll type in SEO training over here. Again, this is sort of stuff we do to get results like this. I mean, if we look over the last 3 months, let's see where we're at. So we started from the bottom, now we're here, right? And you can see that we were getting like 9 clicks a day, 4 clicks a day, less than 3 months ago. And now we're absolutely flying. And that traffic is up on a really nice incline right there as well. I would expect the trajectory of that site to keep on improving, keep on moving up. So if we go back to the Opal tool, now it's thinking and it's going to come up with some ideas, analyzing our competitors' content, etc. Christopher Jones gives us a fire emoji. That's what we're talking about, my man. And you know, if anyone has any questions as we go along, like, feel free to ask. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you advice, etc. So if you need any tips, just feel free to ask as we go along. Put your questions inside the comment section and I will be happy to help you, my friends. So you see here it's thinking, so it's going to take a little bit of time. If we go back to this example website, you can see that our traffic is going up nicely. First, the impressions went up, then the traffic went up. You see what we're ranking for down here. So a bunch of AI stuff. And it's pretty simple and easy. Now, if we actually go to the website itself and we analyze, okay, what are we doing here? How are we getting traffic from Google to do this, right? So you see here, we're just creating blogs every single day using very basic sort of prompts to create this sort of content. You can easily automate it. And then basically you convert that traffic, as you can see, with lead magnets, with CTAs, and with subtle sort of CTAs throughout the content as well, as you can see, right? It's driving traffic to our funnels. So it's super simple and easy. And, you know, we even got a link at the top there to order the Black Friday deal for SEO. If we go to this tab, you can see an example right here. This funnels traffic to our sales page for SEO, right? And so the content ranks is funneling traffic to our, you know, high converting funnels, and super simple and easy to do. All right. So that's what we're building with Opal today. And yeah, it's going to be super powerful and easy to do. Now, if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. The other thing that I was going to say here is, like, you know, and I'll kick off with a story here. Story time, my friends. It's like, you know, when I was using Opal, I felt something that I haven't felt in a long time. That feeling when you realize, like, the rules have changed, right? So here's what most people believe about AI tools. They think you need to be technical. They think it takes weeks to learn something new. And the thing is, right, think about, like, for example, Thomas Edison. He didn't invent the light bulb from scratch. He found a way to make it work for everyone. He made something complicated simple enough that anyone at home could use it. And that's what Google did with Opal, right? They took the power of Gemini and made it so anyone could build with it. Just describe what you want in plain English. And, for example, Steve Jobs once said, simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. Basically, Google have done that work, right? Now you get the benefits. The old way was like learning to code, hiring developers, waiting weeks, spending thousands. The new way is like you type a sentence, get a tool, use it today, and start using that to boost your rankings, And I used to stress about keeping up with this stuff. There's so much to learn, so many different tools, so many updates. Felt like running on a treadmill that keeps going faster. But when I started with using, Opal with AI Studio, something clicked, right? And I do think it's very easy to use. So, for example, if we go into Opal over here, the way that you use it, you just create new over here. Then you say what you want, right? So, for example, let's say type in a keyword, and you create the content, nicely formatted, almost style, optimized for SEO, third grade language, plus funnel traffic as me, Julian Goldie for SEO agency to this page, right? And we'll just grab the page that we want to funnel traffic to, which is this one right here. All right, so we're going to take that. Then we're going to go back over to here, plug in the prompt, plug in the backlink portal, boom shakalaka, we can get that party started. All right, and now that's going to start creating the tool for us. Now what you're going to see here is it's just buffering, it's loading, and then in a minute you'll see the app on the right hand side and the flow on the left hand side. Now here's what I want you to understand: the people who win in the next few years won't be the ones who work the hardest, they'll be the ones who build the smart systems. And for the first time ever, building those systems is as easy as having a conversation. So today I'm going to show you the exact framework I use, the same approach that helped me go from doing everything manually to having tools that work like this and automate a lot of stuff. This isn't just theory. This is what I'm doing right now in my business. As you can see inside this traffic chart right here, we're actually implementing the stuff we're testing out. It actually works. It's great. So if we go into this, for example, I'm going to type in a keyword. Let's test it out. It may not work perfectly first time around, and that's okay. But we'll test it out and we'll see what, we'll ride around the track together, and then we're going to pull up the outputs here. Now, again, we just literally created this in one click, right? You can see here SEO training, as you can see, and then you can see it's got given us some options here. Now, I'm actually going to improve this. So I'm going to go over here and say, okay, make sure the content is 1,000 words or more. And this will basically make the edit inside the content so that we can get better results, right? So typically the content that I publish on my website, if we go back here, is a lot longer. And if you had a look at the outputs from Google Opal just a second ago, you see that the tool doesn't create the outputs that we want, right? It's not as long as we want. And so I'm just going to change the workflow now to make sure the content is a lot longer so that we can create more consistent styles of content like you can see with this page right here. That's what we want to do. So just going to wait for that to edit inside Google Opal. And then I think that's finished right now. So we've just updated that and we'll wait for that to load. So now we're going to start here, SEO page, type your response. Okay, SEO training Japan. Hit enter, and that should start generating the SEO webpage. As you can see, I'm actually going to change that now. Let's put SEO agency London just to mix it up and try a new keyword here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right, let's refresh this. Refresh the page. Don't want it to add any code. Then we're going to go back over to here and I'm going to type in the response. So we're going to put SEO agency London inside the keyword section and try and create a page like so. All right. So now it's generating the response over here, as you can see, and we're beginning to build that out. The other thing I was going to say here is today what I'm going to teach you is basically the Goldie SEO stack. And this is a 30-day plan to build an AI-powered SEO tool without any code. So this is probably the most exciting time to ever be in SEO because Google just released Opal. It's a free tool. It lets you build working apps by simply describing what you want. Combined with AI Studio, you now have access to the same level of automation that big companies would have only been able to afford. And this guide basically shows you exactly how to use these tools to save time, get better results, and finally feel like you're ahead of the curve instead of behind it. And for years, there was a wall between you and the tools you needed, right? On one side, people who could code, on the other side, everyone else. And I would say that wall just fell down because Google Opal, it launched in beta earlier this year. It's part of Google Labs. It's free to use. And you just describe what you want in plain English. As you can see today, it's now rendering the web page on this tool we just built. So you're not using templates. You're not using chatbots. You're using actual tools you can use and share. It's the same on AI Studio as well. If we go over to AI Studio here while this is loading, so this is rendering the page, go to AI Studio over here. And we're going to click on Build. Then we're going to go to My Apps. And you can go to Created by Use. You can see all the apps that I've built with AI Studio. And inside here, we're going to start using the live keyword generator. Now, if you're not familiar with this, basically this is a tool that I've built that essentially has a really nice UI. This is something that I've built. It's charged with live search data. It's actually charged with Google's API, which is actually free to use. I'll show you how to build it in a second and how I use the prompts. And then you can type in a topic. So let's say, for example, we're an SEO agency. We can type that in. It's going to scour, analyze competitor keywords, basically use Google's live data to search the web and give some ideas. This connects to Google's Gemini models. It connects to Nana Banana, even video generation with AI3, all for a visual editor that anyone can understand. So you can see it's coming up with the ideas and the keyword estimates right here. It's actually based on Google's search API. So this is based on some of the best data and the most accurate data in the world for search. And this matters because the solopreneurs who figure out how to use this stuff first will have a huge advantage. And you'll be able to do in minutes what used to take hours or days. Now, some people want to say I'm not technical enough to do this. I would say, people like Richard Branson, for example, he dropped out of school at 16. He built Virgin Records, Virgin Atlantic, and hundreds of other companies without ever becoming a technical expert. He found people and tools that let him focus on vision instead of details. And Google is basically doing that too, right? So with Google Opal and AI Studio, you remove the technical barrier entirely. So if you can just describe what you want in simple words, you can build with it. That's the whole point. As you can see right here, we've built this SEO tool. Now, the way that we did that, literally all we do is we go back here, right? I'm just going to find that tool here again. So let's load this up. And again, if you want all this stuff, it's inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description if you want to get access to this. We actually have a Cyber Monday deal on right now. But literally, the only prompt that we used here was like keyword generator based on Google search data that gives me accurate SEO keyword ideas. If you want to actually build that yourself, what you do is you go to aistudio.google.com. And then on the left-hand side here, you can scroll down to build. Inside there, you're going to click on start. Then you're going to go over to Google search data. And then boom, you type it in, right? And you hit build. It's as simple as that. Now, some people want to say these AI tools are too complicated, but Henry Ford, he didn't invent the car. He made it simple enough for regular people to buy and drive. Before Ford, like cars were toys for only like the elite, right? And after Ford, he changed the world. And I would say Google is doing the same thing with AI. They're taking powerful technology and making it accessible to everyone. The interface is designed for people who've never coded before. Other people say, well, my business is different. This won't work for my situation. But Sam Walton, who built Walmart in small towns that big retailers ignored, right? Everyone told him that model would work. He proved them wrong by focusing on what his customers actually needed. And the thing is with Opal, it's not giving you templates. It just builds custom tools based on what you describe. So your business being different is exactly why Google Opal and AI Studio work. You just create tools for whatever you need. It's all custom designed for you, right? So just to be clear here, the question from Stefan, what's the tool's name? So we're using a combination of Google AI Studio. This is Google AI Studio. And then we're also using Opal as well. Now, to be clear here, these are free tools that we've built with AI Studio. If you want to get access to these tools, they're inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you want to, see how we build them, you just go to AI Studio for the keyword tool and you use Google search data. And then for creating the content, you can just do that inside Google Opal, like you see here. And then you can see how we've automated this content using the tool that we built today. So it's really simple and easy. So let's say, for example, I have a picture of a logo, right? Like this, for example. I'm going to just take a screenshot of that page and use Goldie Agency's logo, right? So if we go over to Gemini here, and then we're going to go inside the chat, we're going to go to tools, we're going to go down to create images, and I'm going to say extract the Goldie Agency logo from this page. And we'll see if this works or not. Never really tried this, but I would assume this is how you can do it. And then once that's done, I think you can actually upscale it, right? So we're going to see how this goes, and we're waiting for Nana Banana to finish. Usually it's pretty quick, so I don't think this is going to take too long to do. And then we're going to see it working its magic right now, right? So it's refining the logo, it's figuring out, okay, which part of the logo do we get? It's replacing the background, and then boom, we have the logo right there. Now, like you were talking about, you want to upscale it, right? So we're going to say, okay, upscale the logo to 4K and high res, and then we can just upscale that bad boy using Nana Banana. That's pretty simple and easy. All right, so that's how I would tackle that task. You could create a tool for that if you did it all the time, but I don't expect you to be doing that all the time, to be honest with you. And that's how we can do this. All right, so it's loading Banana Pro over here, and then we're good to go. There we go. Look at that upscaled logo. Beautiful. Goldie Agency, absolutely crushing it. The best SEO agency in the world, my friends. Not that I'm biased. So if we're going to go over to, for learning how to sell your novels, here's what I would say. Right. So, some people say like I'm too old to learn this stuff. But if you look at someone like Colonel Sanders, for example, who started KFC, he started KFC right, at 65 years old. Vera Wang designed her first dress at 40. Samuel Jackson, absolute legend, got his first big movie role at 46. So, I mean, like, age is not a barrier. Interest is the only requirement. And if you care enough to watch this video, you have what it takes, right? Other people want to say, well, there's too much to keep up with to learn this stuff. But Bruce Lee famously once said he didn't fear the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once. He feared the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. So you don't need to learn every AI tool. You just need to master one stack that works. And that's what I'm teaching you today with the Goldie SEO stack, right? That's what the Goldie SEO stack is about today. Google Opal plus Google AI Studio. That's your focus. Everything else is noise. So if you really want to stay locked in and focus and learn this stuff, that's what I'd recommend with this stuff. You see how easy it is to build this. I mean, for example, if we go back to this tab, we've got the page here and it walks through, okay, here's the keyword, SEO agency, London. It's actually designed the page for us as well, so we could grab the HTML. And then it's like, get your business found, stop hiding, start dominating on the search. And then, for example, it talks about the problem, the solution, and it recommends our agency throughout the page, right? It actually links to our page. So we were talking about customizing the content, making it third grade language, easy to understand and actually convert, plus funneling traffic to our landing page. And you can see it's doing that with this button right here. So if we click on that link, you can see it takes us back to the portal, which is exactly what we want, my friends. So some people are going to say, well, what if this doesn't work for getting more customers, right? So for example, you know, we've got CTPT who was talking about trying to get customers for his book, for example. Here's what I would say. You know, when Amazon started, they only sold books online. And experts laughed. Why would anyone buy books on a computer? Jeff Bezos basically just focused on what customers actually wanted, which is convenience and selection. Now, the tools that I'm showing you today help you create better content, find better keywords, and build systems that automate your business. And that's how you get more customers, by doing the work that matters faster. All right. So I want to talk about the Goldie SEO stack and what you need. And this framework just uses two main tools. That's intentional, because simplicity beats complexity. So for example, Google Opal. If we come over here, I've shown you exactly how to build this stuff and how easy it is. Literally all you do is you create new and you plug in exactly what you want. So for example, if you have a look at this Hormozy SEO builder, you know, you saw how easy it was to build this today, right? We literally built it on the spot and showed you exactly how it works. And all you do is you enter your keyword, you generate the page, and then you render that page. Simple as that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Just a 3-step process. And again, this tool is free. So this is your app builder. And you just describe what you want and it creates a working tool. I mean, some examples of what you could build for SEO, for example, you could say, right, okay, I want a keyword research tool that takes stopping and gives you SEO keywords. So I want a content idea generator that creates blog posts from a single theme. A YouTube summarizer that pulls key points from any video, or a flashcard maker that turns articles into study materials, or even a blog post optimizer that checks your content for SEO practices. Each one of these is minutes to build, not hours, but minutes, right? And then also the other tool that you want to be using here is Google AI Studio. Right. So this is where you work with Google's Gemini, Google's Gemini models directly. It's free, it's powerful, and it connects to everything else that Google makes. So for example, with AI Studio, you can analyze websites in real time using voice commands. So you actually go over to this section here. You can actually use the live feature and then share your screen and start using the live chat feature with Gemini. All right, which is pretty amazing. You can also just click a new app over here. You can chat with the models, you can vibe code with them, you can monitor usage, etc. The other thing as well, you can get recommendations based on live data. So for example, if you go to build over here, and then you go to use Google search data, that'll actually use Google's live search data to build your tools. You could even build voice agents if you're an SEO agency that handle client calls, and you could create automations that run without you. All of this stuff is pretty simple and easy. Now, if you go over here, you go to your apps, and then you can see Vibe T AI Designer. We actually created a t-shirt designer inside AI Studio. Super simple and easy to do, right? So for example, here you can upload a photo or just use a blank t-shirt. And then you say, right, vintage 80s style. And then we're going to generate a positive quote prompt, as you can see. Right, so that's actually going to generate a prompt. This is inside the AI profit boardroom if you want to get access to this. So I'm just going to generate a positive quote prompt over here. And then once that's loaded, I'm also going to say, right, okay, make it look like a vintage 80s rock band t-shirt, generate the design, and then we're going to create some magic right there. Right, some AI magic. And so you can see how easy it is to build this stuff. Now, if you want a 30-day implementation plan, I've actually got this inside the AI profit board. I'm going to show you that in a second, but you can see how we can easily automate the designer t-shirts and then download them over here as well. Pretty simple. Now, if we go to the AI profit boardroom and then you go into the classroom, go to SAP updates, which you can see right here. And then inside this section, you can see, for example, we've got the full video from today plus a 30-day plan on how to implement this stuff, right? So if you want to get a 30-day implementation plan in terms of like the foundation, building your core tools, how to connect this to AI Studio, how to automate the layers, and then also the advanced applications you can build and how to scale this, you can get it inside the AI profit boardroom, right? Along with all the video notes from today. So I'd highly recommend checking it out. Link in the comments. We've actually got a Black Friday deal on right now that's going to end at midnight on Cyber Monday. So make sure you get that before you miss out. But essentially, that's how easy it is to start building this stuff. You've seen how much stuff we've built today, right? You could also create like an SEO content pipeline, keyword alert system, client report generator, content refresh finder, even a competitor watchbot that just watches your competitors. I mean, what to do next? Well, these tools are free. The information is in front of you. The only thing is missing, is action. So I wouldn't try and learn everything at once. I would just start with day one in the implementation plan, the 30-day plan. Build one tool, see how it feels, then do day 2, day 3, etc. And within 30 days, you can have a full collection of custom SEO tools that work exactly how you need them to. Right? So tools that save you time, tools that give you an edge, tools that make you wonder why you waited so long to start. And this is your moment. Google gave you the power. Now it's your turn to start using it. So if you want to get access to this stuff, it's all inside the AI Profit Board. And if you want to get the 30-day implementation plan, the other thing that I would say here is you've seen how powerful Google Opal and AI Studio are, right? We've built a tool on the go with the Hormozy SEO writer. That's inside the AI Profit Board if you want to get access. We also have the AI Studio builder as well. So you can see all the apps that we've built with AI Studio over here as well. See if we go to Created by You, see, for example, the live keyword generator, the infographics AI generator, the Goldie agency voice assistant, the Rank Rocket AI generator, the Nano Banana thumbnails generator too, and the Goldie AI SEO content writer. These are all tools inside the AI Profit Boarding, but you can get access to them and you can see how easy it is to create this stuff. I mean, for example, if we click on this one, we can see the previous prompts that we've plugged in. And literally, it's just like, go off and do this, right? It's as simple as that. It's so simple and easy. So the thing that I would say here today is that you've seen how powerful Google Opal and AI Studio are. You've got the framework, you've got the 30-day plan. You can go out and start building with these tools here. But here's something I want you to be real about. Tools are just like one piece of the puzzle. So you can have the best AI tools in the world, but if nobody can find your website, if Google doesn't trust your brand, if AI search engines like ChatGPT and Perplexity don't see you as an authority, none of this matters. Right? And that's the thing that people miss. So, for example, if we check out this website, it's obvious that Google sees us as an authority. Like, look at the average ranking and the increase right there. This website has become an authority in just 3 months. And we're living in a world now where ChatGPT, Google, Perplexity all look for the same signal. They want to know, is this brand trustworthy and does it have authority? And that authority really comes down to one thing: backlinks, real backlinks from real sites that search engines actually respect. And I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I was doing all the right things, great content, good keywords, smart strategy, but I wasn't ranking and it drove me crazy. I can tell you that. And then I figured out the missing piece. I needed authority. I needed signals that told Google and AI search engines, this guy is legit. This website is legit. Like you can see right here, this is what we've done with the site. Right? And so once I cracked that code, pretty much everything changed. I went from invisible to ranking inside ChatGPT within hours, not days, hours, right? And that's exactly why I created the backlink power package. So if you check out the backlink portal here, link in the comments, you can actually get our Black Friday deal. Again, this is going to end at midnight, so make sure you get it now before you miss out. And you can get 30% off our SEO packages. You get a high authority backlinks, a real editorial backlinks that shifts your domain from nobody to trusted signal source, right? So you can see how we've done that on this particular site. If you go back to this site as well, what I would say here is you get 18 optimized SEO articles, you get low competition keywords, a monthly content calendar, a personal account manager, etc. You even get access to the SEO Elite Circle, and you can get right now a 30% off deal with the code Black Friday at the checkout, right? So if you go to the checkout page, you just use the coupon code Black Friday and you'll save 30%. And this is the final code, right? The code expires soon, and after that, the price goes back to full. So I want you to think about something. SEO gets more expensive the longer you wait. Backlinks go up, competition gets tougher, AI search rewards brands that have authority. So you either start now or you restart later at the full price. And the people who are winning are not smarter than you. They just started earlier. So you got 2 doors in front of you. You can wait, lose rankings, pay more next time, stay behind in AI search, or you can sign up, use the code Black Friday, save thousands long term, and lock in your authority today. I would recommend using Door 2. So check out the link in the comments description. The timer is running, and feel free to get this. Again, all the tools are inside the AI Profit Boardroom as well. And yeah, I've shown you exactly how this works. So you can see proof that this method actually works today. I've shown you proof that we've actually built really powerful tools inside AI Studio. I've shown you proof again that we've built amazing tools inside Google Opal. And again, I've shown you the deal inside the backlink portal too. And again, if you want to get access to all these tools, you can get them inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you go to the classroom, you get all of these different coaching calls and that sort of thing, right? And you get like the community as well, 1,800 builders, plus all my best AI SEO automations here. And also, if you go into the video notes, you can scroll down here, and then you'll see all of our new free tools plus video notes for all the latest technology, right? That's good for this stuff. So for example, we've got a full video tutorial on the new Google AI SEO tools. We've got tools on like Google Opal, Google AI Studio, Gemini, Notebook LM, etc. Pretty much every tool that's out there we've covered, and we show you exactly how to crack the code for AI SEO. So feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you want to order, you can order. Link in the comments description and save 30% if you sign up now. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.